20 लाख करोड़ रुपीस, 10% ऑफ आवर जीडीपी। सुनने में कितना अच्छा लगता है ना। 20 लाख करोड़ रुपीस अनाउंस्ड बाय मोदी जी एट 2020 टू सेव द इंडियन इकोनॉमी। मतलब मोदी जी की पीआर टीम, हैट्स ऑफ टू यू। बट रियलिटी क्या है वो तो हमें थोड़े दिनों बाद ही पता चलेगा। सो हाय गाइज, आई एम अनुष्का हियर, वेलकम बैक टू माई चैनल. In this video, I'll give you a quick update as to all the facts that you should know about the 20 crore stimulus package, and I'll also answer a very interesting question, which is, can RBI print money and give it to the government to fund this stimulus package? Well, the short answer is yes, it can, and it is going to. To know the long answer, make sure you watch the video till the end because I'm going to tell you how exactly the process works. So let's get started. So now when I'm filming this video, it's early afternoon on 14th May, and by the time the video is edited and uploaded, our finance minister would have announced the second tranche of the fiscal stimulus. But don't worry guys, after all the tranches have been announced, I will make a detailed video analyzing all of them and the fiscal stimulus in totality. Also guys, a few of the figures that I'm going to state in the video are not going to be exact but are going to be rough estimates. The government is yet to announce the exact numbers of what it's going to consider in the fiscal stimulus and at what amount. So now, out of the 20 lakh crore stimulus package, 6 lakh crore has already been infused by the RBI through its various instruments as liquidity in the economy. Then 1.7 lakh crore has been announced under the Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana and has been distributed by the government. And yesterday, under the Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan, the government further announced measures which amounted up to 5.7 lakh crore rupees. But what is interesting to know here is most of those measures were actually in the terms of credit guarantees, delaying in the payment of taxes or liquidity measures. The actual expenditure to the government was only 50 to 60,000 crores. So now how is the government planning to finance it? So before the coronavirus epidemic, the government had a fiscal deficit or a fiscal borrowing target of 3.5% of the GDP. That would have amounted to 7.8 lakh crore rupees. Now recently this target was revised upwards to 5.5% of the GDP, which amounts to 12 lakh crore rupees. So this additional liquidity of 4.2 lakh crore rupees was for the government to tackle the coronavirus epidemic. Now out of this 4.2 lakh crore rupees, the government has already announced how it's going to spend 2.3 lakh crore rupees. And that is all for the quick update on the facts and figures relating to the stimulus package. Now let's get to the interesting question, which is, can the RBI print money and give it to the government to spend? Now as I already mentioned, yes it can and it is going to. So what exactly happens is, the government, if it wants money or if it wants to take a loan, it issues treasury bills. Now treasury bills is an instrument through which the government can take loans from either the general public, from banks or from the RBI. Now the exact process takes place in this manner. So the government will issue treasury bills and give it to the RBI to auction it. The RBI will then auction it, and in this auction everyone can't go and bid for the government loans. Either banks, provident funds or insurance companies, they go and bid for these government securities. Now these entities will bid for the government treasuries and they will basically be financing the government's loan. So they will be a owner, or they indirectly have given a loan to the government. Now the amount that is not absorbed by these entities will be underwritten by the RBI. So the RBI is going to purchase the rest of the treasury bills. Now these treasury bills are basically a loan to the government. So for the RBI, it is an asset. So now on the RBI's balance sheet, the asset side will increase by the amount of treasury bills it has purchased. For the purpose of this video, let's assume it to be 100 rupees. Now to tally the balance sheet, an equal amount of liability also has to be created in the RBI's balance sheet. Any country's domestic currency is actually that country's central bank's liability. And the central bank of that country also has the authority to issue more currency as and when it requires. So the RBI now, against the treasury bills purchased, it will issue an equal amount of Indian currency. So here in our scenario, the treasury bills purchased were the amount of 100 rupees. So the RBI will now issue currency, that is the Indian rupee, equivalent to the amount of 100 rupees. So now this newly issued currency will be given to the government against the treasury bills as a loan to finance all its surplus expenses. Also, this newly issued currency is not exactly printed, A part of it might be printed, but a majority portion is just a bank entry or a book entry in the books of RBI as well as the government. Also, contrary to what most people believe, RBI does not have to keep a proportionate amount of gold or foreign currency in its reserve to print more money. We now follow the minimum reserve system, under which the RBI has to keep a reserve of 200 crores at all time to print the additional amount. So I hope you now understand that how exactly this printing of money takes place and how exactly the government is going to borrow to finance its fiscal deficit. Now, isn't it fascinating? Just after a few bank entries and a book entries, money is created out of thin air. But you should know that the government is actually taking a loan here. And the amount of loan that the government takes, it has to repay back in the future and also have to make periodic interest payments on it. If the government does take a lot of debt, its credit rating will decrease and the investors won't want to invest in India. Also, as the government keeps on increasing its loan amount, the supply of rupee in the economy will also increase. Now, if there is no enough demand to absorb that supply, then the value of rupee will also depreciate. And it's because of these reasons the government can't go berserk and print as much money as it wants, and it has to do it very cautiously. So that gets me to the end of this video and also the end of Anushka's Lamba Chauda lecture. I hope you guys understood whatever I was trying to understand and the facts and figures were informative and you can better make sense of what's going on in India right now. Also guys, let me know in the comment section below if you have any questions, what do you think about the government's current policy and what do you think about the situation and how the economy of India is going to perform. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also subscribe to my channel for more such videos.